Hi everyone, from me, Brent Graham. Welcome to the Stage 13 preview of the Tour de France. We'll also have a look at what happened on Stage 12 and, of course, the latest betting. This is brought to you by goodforthegame.co.za. Log on for all of our sports betting previews. Right, that's the profile. We'll talk about that in just a few minutes, but let's first go to Stage 12, where Cavendish started a strong favourite, but it became clear very early on after some hectic echelon action that Quick-Step were going to take the day off, so to speak. They did stick Alaphilippe in the break, but they decided that this stage just had too much danger for them. They'd worked hard, obviously, over the previous mountain stage, and maybe it was just a case of getting Cav safely to the finish line. They probably want to try and win at least two more stages with him. And, they took the day off, so we had a break going well clear. Now, I must say, I'd actually called that, so a little tick there, first part done correctly. And then I had two of the guys in the break, actually. One of them ended up running fourth, Stefan Kung. He was 50-1. And Brent van Moor, there were two lotto riders in the break. Brent was 66-1. So after initial action on the stage, we got lots of echelons early on. Things really calmed down, and it was really up to the breakaway guys to fight it out. And Niels Pollard, his team leader or sprint leader, at any rate, Peter Sagan, had left the tour before the stage. And he ensured that they weren't upset for very long by winning the race. And he's been just one of those guys. I know my partner, Chris Sturdy, has often backed him at log odds back when he was still riding for Katusha, I think it was as well. So great to see him win, although personally I was disappointed when Stefan Kung lost the wheel coming into the sort of last 20, 25 kilometers or so. It was disappointing when I realized he wasn't going to win. Anyway, it was a good stage. Obviously no change to the overall classifications. Cavendish managed to pick up a few green points, but let's go and have a look at the latest outright betting markets. On Sunbet now, no surprises there. Pogacar, he's 1.06-1, and then you can get 14-1 and better the balance. Mountain classification, Nairo Quintana, he's 3-1. I'll just go to the bottom here and just change this to fractional. I don't like the decimals. I much prefer the fractions. So Nairo 3-1. Vote one at 11-1 there. We've got the points classification. Cavendish shortened him to 11-20. I think he was around about that price, come to think of it. So I thought maybe with Sagan going out, he might shorten even more. Though, to be fair, Sagan wasn't really in the green jersey race this year. And then you got Cabrelli, Philipsen 6-1, and Wout van Aert at 7s. The team classification, Bahrain lost a bit of ground today. They didn't have anyone in the break. They're now 5-4. Ineos 13-4. Team Jumbo-Visma 5-1. I can't have them. They just don't have enough riders left, as far as I'm concerned, to win the team competition and also to protect Vingegaard at the same time. Team EF Education, those of you who've been watching the previews all along will know I'm on them at 20-1. And I must say, I'm starting to think they might have a decent chance. You know, they've still got a full team left. They do seem quite keen to get odd guys into the break. And I guess we'll just see how they go in the mountains. Obviously, they've got to protect Iran as well. But at 8-1 there, they're probably not the worst bet in the world. I'm torn between them and Ineos. If I was a bookie, I'm pushing Bahrain out to 15-10. I'm looking to lay them. I don't think they're going to make it. Young rider classification, not much to report there. Let's go on to the profile for stage 13. Well, it's another flattish looking stage, but very long, almost 220 kilometers. We've got a Cat 4 climb off the fifth, or that peaks at 51 kilometers, 5.5 kilometers at 3.6%. Going to be interested to see what happens with the break. You know, there was early action today, and then the break actually went up relatively quickly. And I've got a feeling the break might take a bit longer to go off tomorrow. I think Quick-Step are going to want to put a week break away, or let a week break go away, so that they can keep control of it. But I don't think the rest of the field is necessarily going to play ball, and I think we're going to get a lot of tough riders looking to get into the break. And if we get a big break, it's hard to see how Quick-Step, without some help from the other teams, will control the stage. And you can see why when we look at the betting, Cavendish is not as big a favourite as he was for this stage, for stage 12. And it's because of the fact that there's a few things he's got to worry about. Obviously, a strong break getting away. There's also crosswinds, although the way Quick-Step ride, that's not really a problem for Cavendish. So we could have some echelons out there. But really, although it looks a flattish route, there's actually quite a bit of climbing that's got to be done. It's really a rolling up and down route. And that often suits the breakaway and some of the classic specialists. So certainly not a done thing that Cavendish will win. If they do come to the end in a bunch sprint together, you could see a fairly simple finish. And very little doubt in my mind then that Cavendish will probably win the sprint. Who knows though? I mean, he's also had a few tough days. He couldn't have prepared for a 3-week tour. He didn't actually know he was riding in the Tour de France until almost the last minute. So it might be that Cavendish also starts to take a bit of strain. You just don't know. And one thing about this Tour de France, you may have a leader who's 5 minutes clear, but it's been pretty exciting and unpredictable so far at times. Right, let's have a look at the stage betting. And let me pop onto World Sports Betting. They, of course, have got the money back for second place promotion. So I've only got to use it once in the Tour de France so far. It's been a bit of a lean run. Thank goodness I hit that O'Connor at 16-1. But I'm still down overall and in desperate need of a win. I did think that one of my guys were going to win today, especially Kung. I was quite confident in him. So disappointed there. Right, let's have a look. We've got, what have I gone on to here? I haven't gone on to stage one. Okay, let's have a look at this first. It's the betting without Pogacar in it. And here we've got an 11-20 favorite, Vingegaard 11-20. Uran is currently in position at 7-2, Carapaz 4-1, and you can get 28-1 and better the balance. Interesting. I haven't really applied my mind to this market yet, and I don't expect too much to change tomorrow, so we can probably look at it again on the stage 14 preview as we head into the weekend. But I'm not sure I'd be taking 11-20 about the Jumbo Visma rider there. Onto the stage betting. Mark Cavendish is 5-2. You can get 3-1 at Sunbet, but remember, if you do back Cavendish, you will get your money back if he runs second, if you back him there at World Sports Betting. Then we've got Jasper Philipsen 11-1, Wout van Aert 11-1. So you can see that this is quite the break has been given quite a good chance here. Some of the sprinters, aside from Cavendish, are pretty big in the betting. Casper Asgreen, he's Cavendish's teammate. I expect that there's a good chance he might go into the break. Magnus Cort Nielsen 22-1. I'm not going to skim through all of them, but let's just say that I'm looking to beat Cavendish again tomorrow. I think we're going to get a bit of a frantic stage at some point. And let me give you my selections. The first one, in fact, I'm going to tell you, I actually probably do need a sprint finish from him. There's a chance he could infiltrate the break. But Seasball at 33-1. Now, just the price caught my eye there. He hasn't really shown us much in this tour, but he probably always needed a few kilometers in the legs to really perform. And I think it was on Monday, he had to work hard to sort of catch back up to the field. So I'm hoping that if he's got his team around him coming into the closing stages, that he can give us a run for our money there at 33-1. Right, he's my first selection. The next selection is Turgis, I think it's pronounced. I know, sorry, I do get a bit of stick for my pronunciations. I'm not great at them. And he is 50-1. He can certainly win from a breakaway or perhaps a late attack. He hasn't really shown up in the tour so far, but I can't get some of these classic rides out of my mind. So I'm going for him there. Did I have another one? I'm sure I was going to back someone else. I was looking at Postelberger. I haven't written it down here yet. Let's see. I think he was around the 66-1 mark. Also, one of Sagan's teammates. A good chance he'll get the freedom now to go into the break. So, in fact, let's just do this now. Make it official. I'll quickly type that in. I'll still do that's funny spelling. Burger at 66-1, and I'm not going to go crazy. I'll just spend probably 1.5 units in total on the stage, and there we go. We got Postelberger there. I'll probably have another unit to spend. I'll probably knock it on 2. I'll post it on the Good for the Game forum. I am considering a couple of long shots. I'm not sure if Ineos would look to get someone in the break, but perhaps someone even like Dylan van Baal or Michael Kwiatkowski. You see him there 100-1. I think Van Baal is an even bigger price, or certainly saw him somewhere at 150-1. So we'll see what happens here. But anyway, enjoy the stage. Looking forward to the weekend. We've got some big mountains coming up. I tell you what, there's some tired riders out there, and we're going to get plenty of action. So enjoy the stage, and we'll see you on Friday night or first thing on Saturday morning.